You give an AI a list of tools, it calls the wrong one. You blame the model, but most of the time, the model isn't the problem. The prompt is. That's the thing about tool use that nobody says clearly enough. The model picks tools by reading your descriptions. It relies entirely on what you wrote. So if your descriptions are vague, the model just has to guess. And when the model guesses, well, it usually gets it wrong. So in this explainer, we're skipping the complex agent architecture. We aren't talking about orchestration frameworks today. Instead, we're focusing strictly on the prompting craft, the absolute basics that make tool calls reliable every single time. To really get this, we first need to understand the tool execution loop. It works like this. Step 1, you send a message with a list of tools attached. Step 2, the model decides it needs a tool, so it actually stops, returns a special tool, _use block, and it waits. Step 3, your code runs the actual function and sends the result back. And finally, step 4, the model reads that result and finishes its answer. That's it, really. 4 simple steps. Your message, the model's tool request, your result, and the model's final answer. Now, there are 2 distinct flavors here. You've got client tools, which run locally in your own code, where you handle all the execution. Then you have server tools, like Anthropic's web search, for example, which run on their infrastructure. With those, you just see the final output, effectively skipping steps 3 and 4 entirely. But here's the kicker. Both flavors require the exact same prompting habits. This loop is the absolute foundation. So if the loop is that straightforward, what exactly makes it fail? The answer is the description. Honestly, it is the single most important field in any tool definition. It's not the name, it's not the schema, it's the description. Why? Because that is how the model decides whether to call the tool at all. A bad description is going to send the model somewhere wrong pretty much every single time. Think of it like a job posting. A vague posting gets wrong applicants. If you just write something like gets weather data, you are telling the model absolutely nothing useful. 3 or 4 sentences is really all you need here. You need 4 key things in those sentences. What the tool does, when exactly to use it, what it returns, and crucially, what it does not do. That last part, super easy to skip, but it absolutely shouldn't be. Let's say your weather tool only returns current conditions and doesn't do forecasts. You have to explicitly say that. If you don't, I guarantee the model will try to call it for historical queries. It's going to get an error and then it'll just spin into an endless loop. And listen, per field descriptions matter just as much. You can't leave parameter descriptions to chance. For instance, if a parameter is a city name, tell the model whether it needs to include the country for disambiguation. Be explicit. All right, beyond just descriptions, there are 2 more technical constraints worth getting right. First up, enums. Whenever a parameter has a fixed set of valid values, just use an enum. This instantly constrains the model to pick one of your valid options. Boom, you've just removed an entire class of wrong inputs before they even reach your code. Second is strict mode. Anthropic's API actually supports strict mode on tool definitions. With this turned on, the model's output is rigidly constrained to match your schema exactly. We're talking no missing fields, no wrong types, no surprise keys. For high-stakes tools that touch real systems like billing or email, you absolutely want to turn this on. Seriously, the tiny latency costs on that first call is literally nothing compared to sending the wrong amount to a payment API. Now there's one more thing tool descriptions themselves don't cover, and that's the system prompt. This is where you set the rules about composition, tell the model exactly what order to call tools in, tell it to ask the user before calling if a required value is missing, and definitely tell it not to invent tool names that aren't on your list. So bringing it all together. When tool use goes wrong, the fix is almost always in the descriptions. It's not a bug in the model, it's not a flaw in your framework, it's in what you wrote. you have to take ownership and read your descriptions exactly the way the model reads them. If two tools sound similar, one of them needs to be sharper. Here's a pro tip. If your tool library grows past just a handful, start adding a namespace prefix, things like GitHub_list PRs or Slack_send message. The model handles 15 tools a whole lot better when they're neatly organized. Done well, tool use is absolutely reliable enough to ship. Done poorly, the model picks the wrong tool and you sit there blaming the AI. So next time your AI fails at a task, ask yourself, did I actually explicitly tell it what to do and what not to do? Write better descriptions.